in 1985 they were discussing about like what it takes to be a teacher. You have to go to students can complete their, or no, it has to be 5 years divided into 3 years of general education and 2 years of specialization.
A career pathway is a structured school within a school, or smaller learning community that is based. All the classes are kind of based around one career tech class. I think kids are very engaged in our classrooms because of the structure of the academy. Every year that I've been here, I've taught academy classes and non-academy classes every single year, and every year it's the same thing. The kids that are in my non-academy classes have lower grades, they have lower attendance, they have lower test scores. They don't have the buy-in.
Because she wants us all to be engaged into the all, so we all know, like when we present, so we all know like what we're talking about, and we don't just like, oh, like about like the history of education, and I know what students are like, and then you get me. So we all know about it, like, and so we are all engaged.
The past month, the project that we did was where we researched education in a different country, so we could get a background of how it is, how their system works, and compare it to our system.
Let me start off really quickly and remind you that we're doing this cross-curricular project for history, U.S. history, teacher training, and English 3, okay? This project is about kind of global, education. I think when kids are able to work on the same project in different, different kind of class periods and, different classes, English and history and, the career tech class, I think that gives them more of a sense of first of all, ownership.
Okay, basically what we're doing is that we have a country, Russia, and we have to make a timeline about each state and what the school's educational system was each day.
So that just kind of gives you a nice little, background. That might be a good website to look at. And then I would maybe have some paper, and I would write. And if you don't have to write a ton of notes, you can just you can write the date and the kind of basically what happened. Main points, yeah. And career pathways are absolutely growing in our district. There are more students in a linked learning pathway this year than have ever been before. There are pathways at Indian Springs and Pacific High School and San Bernardino High School and Arroyo Valley. Many more pathways and many different types of pathways for students to choose from than there ever have been before.
And then, like, the facts from the timeline, some of them are going to be on the PowerPoint. So if you say the timeline first, then they're going to get, like, the main idea. And then then Judith will, like, say them in the PowerPoint.
She said she wanted a lot of illustrations. So do you guys just want to basically put all the illustrations and then put a title to it, and then we'll just talk about it off of what the research we've done?
In my opinion, the reason that we are so engaged in our work, not only on this project but in general, is because we all have ambition and we want to make sure that we get things done.
In primary, it's 6 years of education for Cuba as well as the U.S. in primary schools. Although in the U.S. the requirement for primary schools is 5 years old, while in Cuba it's 6 years old.
I feel like if we were more concentrated in this project because one, it's a really good project because we learned about another thing that most people don't really learn about. So we were learning more on it because I feel like in our class that we were just more focused on learning about other people's education.
Once recess is over, they go to physical education. They have karate and yoga, and they have that because they think that if they go to those classes, they're going to relax so they can be ready for the other classes.
And I think now with these linked learning pathways, there's this one class, this career tech class, whatever it may be, teaching or business or health, health careers or whatever, and that kind of brings all these different subjects kind of together. And so I think this is the kind of the new way, to teach. It's not just you go into a room and you shut the door and you're only learning that subject in kind of isolation.